we're going to try our luck at Augusta Con. Haven't been here before, I don't think.
No, I think this one is actually the first year.
Okay.
So, it's new.
Hey, the government started cracking down on me taking children. I'm sorry. My farm was too crowded with little kids. Actually, I had a woman today. They were joking. They're like, oh, I'm like, kidding. Oh.
Take offers on it. If you want to walk around and think on it.
I'll think about it.
All right, yeah, no problem.
Because that's about all I got right now. I mean,
Oh, okay, yeah, just walk around and, yeah, like I said, I'll take offers.
so I look around and see what
Everything is about to get done.
What's your little dragon things?
Oh, we're doing them for 10 apiece.
10 a piece?
Yeah.
I'll probably come back one of those. Thank you.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
This was an April Fool's like 100% that's
Care Bear stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Kenner figures.
Yeah.
We haven't noticed I even have like a little towel for it. You got the virtual website. Absolutely, that's awesome. Yeah, I was in Portland Retro Gaming Expo a couple weeks ago. We made the custom virtual issues there.
Bye.
And no superhero will make you fly.
Are you a student?
No, I'm not a student.
Sorry. Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
A lot of vintage Nintendo cards. There's one I used to play a lot, but I can't remember the name of it. So,
Tetris?
no, that ain't it. I have Tetris. There's Jackal. Jeopardy.
No. Last I checked, you must be finding flashy. I'm like, all right.
Each of those have different stones.
Honestly, anybody
That's all I had today. And then they sent me some of those. I'm keeping one. I'm actually don't even know if I'm still saying. This right here is the direct edition. And the one that's going to be hologram is these. So they sent me 2 copies of this hologram version, which wasn't supposed to be that. So there's literally only 2 hologram covers of this anywhere now. Because I'm not ordering on this.
We also doing the game sign up for it in a few minutes. They want to sign up for it.
They weren't supposed to be hologram.
Well, how are y'all?
Pretty good of yourself.
Pretty good. Let me know if y'all see anything y'all might be interested in.
Tomb of Dracula down there.
Oh, yeah. supposed to be back there. Yeah.
Well, I guess you would have to because the
Oh, the books.
bins are
Yeah.
down.
Okay, yeah.
I was kidding.
This one.
Filming this.
Chris's vault where we are now, we just got a good deal actually on some decent wall books.
Yeah, and he's having an event next week. And this is the information right here. And we'll take it and try to put it up on the thing.
He's got some decent stuff.
Yeah, he got some good raw books. And even the stuff that's in the boxes are gems. You got to look though. But he got some good stuff in the box. And his books are in like excellent condition. So he's worth checking out.
Oh,
How's it going?
and it is busy. Hey, hey.
If you're gonna record me, I'm gonna have fun. How's it going? Y'all having fun?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Don't worry, the spider hasn't eaten anyone yet. But if you do like to read, I do have the best book series here. These are the Bizarre Events in Hellman Elementary. All about a school where strange things happen and teachers aren't always what they seem to be.
Oh, okay.
And you never know what might be crawling through the hallways. Are you hungry? This is the lunch lady's made especially for me this morning. A fresh finger sandwich. And she's letting me wash it down with some eyeball juice. Each book is $12, or you can buy the set for $55, and you get a free autograph with it today from me.
Where's your oh,
That's my big beautiful face over there. Even though some people don't think that's true, I think I'm gorgeous.
look at his face. Hey,
It's true.
Yeah, but it's Whoppers. I'll take a
not all of them. You got
There you go.
Snickers in
Have
there.
fun. It's $500 per piece.
Oh, I see.
I'm just kidding, just
Give
kidding.
me an IOU.
It's only $50 per piece, not $500.
Get a
And she
Snicker.
still grabbed one. Oh, she grabbed two. That's $100. I'm just kidding, just kidding. Well, if y'all change your mind and you want to buy a book, feel free to stop back by. See, I'm back in it.
And we are back. We are back from, what was that? The Augusta
Con.
Augusta Con. And the show was all right. We made it okay. For what it was,
Yeah.
I think that the admission price was a little high.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
because it was
I'll say
similar.
that.
It was similar to the one yesterday.
Yeah.
And if you saw the video from yesterday, Augusta Con,
Yes.
it was similar to that. Had a lot of vendors selling goods and wares, and
Yeah.
I showed more. Did more video. It was smaller than the one yesterday, but they had a lot of people doing arts and crafts, like knitting project. Somebody had some beads and
County fair kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of artists, a lot of people with their own comics or with their own books. A
Yeah.
lot of, like I said, artists with paintings and drawings.
And you're seeing
stuff
more
like
and
that.
more of that at these shows too.
Yeah, a lot of cosplay again, but I didn't take as many pictures of the cosplayers. I just didn't. I don't know
It was
why, I
actually
just-
kind of crowded.
It was very
Yeah.
crowded. It was a lot of people because they had some famous person there doing some signings.
Someone
and-
associated with Deadpool.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
had a special line for that, and then they had a game competition, and that took up a lot of space. The room wasn't a bad size, but because they had that gaming section,
Yeah.
it took up a lot of space, and it was just a lot of people there, so it was hard to film. But I tried to get some stuff, some footage.
Couple of vintage video game vendors, which was
Yeah.
nice to see actually. As far as toys though, most of it was modern stuff and pops.
We saw one, and I
One.
think I took a video of that.
Yeah, the one
they
with
had
the Care Bears and
in the what's the name?
Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull.
And My Little Pony. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there were some comic vendors and we did find some stuff.
Yeah. So all in all, I think it was a good show if you're in the area, because I think this year was the first year.
Yeah.
So for a first year, I think they did pretty good. Okay, go ahead.
But you want to go first?
Yeah, you went first yesterday.
Yes, I did.
So again, I had a list, and I was sticking to the list, but I found nothing that was on the list. Like he said, it was, I think, a total of 4, maybe 5 comic book vendors, but only 2 of them had vintage books. But I did find stuff that was in the runs that I'm trying to complete. So the first one we got is what? 202.
Look at that.
Batman 202. And I think this is a real good book. And I don't know if I said it before, but I do want to collect a full run of Batman, not from the beginning, maybe from like
it
100 and
Batman or-
something.
Oh yeah, okay. It says Gateway to Death.
Yeah. I'll find a starting point, and I'll end maybe in 79 or at the beginning of 1980. So I don't need every book out there. I'm trying to complete Werewolf by Night, and this is Werewolf by Night 37. I think the 3rd appearance of Moon Knight.
Is that right?
I got Moon Knight on there, so I don't know which appearance it is, but he's in it.
Okay.
But this is Werewolf by Night. I am trying to get some Spectre stuff, and the book I was looking for was Showcase 60 through 62, which DC Showcase 60 through 62 has Spectre. Dead of Night #1. Now I need one more, and I'll be done with Dead of Night. So I have one line complete, and it's only 11 books in the Dead of Night. Now this is one, GI Combat, and they have number 75 through 104 is 30 books in this style of painting. It has these painted covers, and they're really nice, and they kind of go together. If you get them and you start putting them next to each other, you see a little pattern or a little scene going on. So I want to try and get those 75 through 104. Of course, I can't pass up a romance title. So I always get romance, and they usually have these pretty cheap. And the thing that I was surprised with is the 2 vendors that we did buy from, the high grade. Their books were in really nice condition. Really nice condition. Where Monsters Dwell. I have one of these already. I don't know what number I have. This is number 3. I can't remember what number I have, but this is number 3.
Secret Hearts.
Secret Hearts. And I've read a couple of these, and they are hilarious. If you start reading them,
Isn't this cozy? My man and my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh. That's nothing but trouble right there.
Werewolf by Night, number 14. So, I saw a couple of Werewolf by Nights. We actually saw another one. I can't remember what number it was, but it was really expensive. So I walked on by that.
The Tunnel of Fear.
Tunnel of Love.
They crossed it out.
Yeah, I know. I'm collecting Witching Hour. I'm collecting as many horror titles as I can find because I want to get a good run of horror, of romance, Batman.
That guy left the tourist area. They warn you when you go on the cruise, don't leave the tourist area.
Nope.
It ain't safe.
I've been on cruises. It was some friends from the military, and every year they would go on a cruise together, and it was like 50 people. And one of my friends, him and his wife and some other people, we were in Jamaica. They got in a cab and asked the cab, "Hey, take me to some places." And they came back and said they were terrified because they started going in some places. And it was like, are we going to ever get back to the ship?
Careful. Yeah, you might not.
Tomb of Dracula is something else I'm trying to collect. Now, what I did is because I couldn't find the books that I wanted, I tried to fill some of the gaps in the books that I do want. So when I go to the shows, I have a list. And I'm getting to this point. I go now with a list, and I want to get the things that's on the list. If I can't find the things that's on the list, then I'll try and pick up some books to fill in the gaps of the runs that I'm trying to complete. And that's what I basically did today. I didn't find anything that was on my list, but I could fill in those gaps. So I was all right with that. And yesterday when we went, I found some books that filled in a gap, but I think I found one or two that was on the list. Now this is number 345, and I got to see what year this came out. This looks kind of modern, but I like the cover. The cover was nice, and like I said, I got to wind it down to what number on Batman I'm going to stop because I'm not getting everything. In Batman, it's just too much. It's ridiculous. You have like 50 long boxes of Batmans. And my last book. Now, this is a good one.
Take your hands off me.
Yeah, I know now that you've been using me. And why?
Uh-oh.
So she up to some dirty deeds. We're going to find out why.
Done dirt cheap.
A Hitman song.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it for me.
That's all.
Now, David actually picked up quite a few books.
Not really. But, Scary Tales, number 7, Charlton Comics. And the thing with the Charltons, here's Baron Weirwolf's Haunted Library, number 38. Charltons are really, really defined in a high grade. Yeah. Any of them in a high grade. Anything higher than like a 6. They all look like reader copies. Yeah. They look like reader copies coming off the press because Charlton used really crappy materials. But these are really clean, which is why I grabbed them. And they were out of a bin marked half price. Yeah. And the guy honored the half price. He did, because his assistant came and pulled the half price sticker off the front of the box while I was standing there. And I was like, hey, are these half or what? And he was like, yeah, because you were standing there, for you it's still half. But yeah, I had to change those. So, yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I got 2 of these. And that is the first appearance of Omega Red, and this is a key that you can still get pretty cheap. And although it's tough to find it in a decent grade, these are pretty high grade. They're nice and sharp on the corners and everything, no ticks that I can see. Basically because of the colors and the saturation in those covers. It's these are often with damaged edges or ticks or color breaks in the red.
Are you going to get one of those graded?
Yeah, I might. I'm going to take a good look at them. Mm-hmm. This was just, I thought, well done. I like this cover, and this is Captain America 263, and it's also in a very high grade. And I love that Red Skull in his uniform in the background. This is another one that's tough to find in a high grade too, and that's the Shogun Warriors #1. There's a lot of printing defects with #1 on this series, and they often have those defects. It's like an overlap fold or crease line in the book down here or up in this corner usually, and it's a printing error, but you know, this is also in a really high grade, even though it's got a bad cut. It's cut badly, and that's the Monster of Frankenstein #3. And I love that cover too, that Plug cover. And if you know Plug's art, you know. But you can see that it was cut incorrectly on the presses. Another common error. But it was just a really, really clean copy. As is this one. This is a really clean copy. And of course that is the Frog Thor. Frog Thor. Man-sized. He wasn't like Little Frog. He was 6'6". So another really dynamic cover. And,
I like that cover.
And it's a really, really nice copy too. This is clean, and that's Incredible Hulk 111. But look how clean that is.
Yeah.
Out in space there, and that dynamic pose. He's twisting and flipping in the air, and the bright red against that charcoal background in the red in the title. That just looks really good. And it's a decent price also. The Phantom Stranger #41.
I have that book.
Yeah. This one though is like, again, really, really clean.
What do you mean by that?
It's a really clean copy.
Yeah, but you said this one, however, is...
Yours is like a rag, isn't it? No, I don't know.
Probably so.
I don't know. I'm just teasing her.
Probably is.
And there's some spotting, but that's a printing error. That's not like somebody made a mistake on the book. This is a really clean copy. This one's not so clean, but it's pretty cool. And that's Detective 365, the house that Joker built there. And it's a good thing that they only know how to shoot the ground, because everybody's guns are pointed straight down, shooting at Batman and Robin's feet.
Isn't that always how it is?
Yeah.
You see in G.I. Joe cartoons, they're running straight at them.
Yeah, you run straight into a hail of gunfire and start throwing punches. But if somebody throws a quarter in the air from a half a mile away, they can draw and shoot it.
Yeah.
Blindfolded. And then lastly, Spider-Man 194, which is, of course, the first appearance of the Black Cat. And this is a book that needs some love. This is what I'm going to have to work on. It's pretty clean, actually, but it's got a lot of creases in it. But the creases aren't bad. Like, there's a couple of lines that are actually going right down here. You can't see it from there, probably not, but they're not color breaking. So I can press that out. There's some ticks here I can press out. A couple of them are color breaking, but this is a book I can work with, and I got a pretty decent deal on it.
Yeah.
So that's that'll have to do it.
Okay.
That's our pickups.
So you happy with the books
today.
you got?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
That's good.
You happy with your little pile? Little pile.
I know I always overdo it. I can't just go in there and get 3-4 books.
Well, we've been to shows and we've walked away with nothing.
Yeah,
So-
but not comic books.
Yeah,
Those
not
are toys.
Those are, toy shows. You can do that.
Yeah, because they don't have what you want. So
Yeah, or nobody's willing to negotiate, or there's a whole plethora of little issues that can pop up. But anyways, if you're curious about Augusta Con and it comes up
Yeah.
again and you wanted to go, now you have an idea of what it looks like.
Yeah, and again, they did have some nice things, and this year was the first year. So now that they see the turnout and you know, overall how it went, maybe they can do something bigger, or it could be even twice a year or something, because I know some shows are twice a year.
That's right. Or more.
Yeah. So, yeah, all in all, I think it was a good show. Again, it had a lot of, I call it artist alley stuff. But you know, they still had enough of the things we were looking for to kind of that not be an issue.
An issue.
You know how when you go somewhere and then you don't find nothing, and they have a lot of what you don't like, everything is bad. But no. But they did have a lot of good things, so.
Well, and so I guess that'll do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. And if that's it, then what more can we say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.